Protests over the decision to dissolve Trinidad and Tobago's Tourism Development Company, and in sports, Soca Warriors prepare for their World Cup qualifier against Panama. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Wednesday, March 15. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Tobago welcomed Daughter of the Soil Calypso Rose with open arms as she was greeted with dancing and singing. Visitors and representatives of the Tobago House of Assembly at the A.N.R. Robinson International Airport.
She's the first artist from the Caribbean to win the prestigious 2017 Victoire de la Musique Award in France for Album of the Year. MacArthur, Linda, Sandy Lewis.
Well, I am not really willing to say that anything is a failure yet. We're going to work extraordinarily hard. You know, we have limited dollars from the government, and that's understandable. But we have a much larger supply of dollars from the private sector and from the faith community.
We begin in Trinidad and Tobago, where protest action is due today outside Parliament by workers of the soon-to-be-dissolved Tourism Development Company, the TDC. The agency which develops and markets the Twin Island Republic's tourism product is being replaced with two separate companies, one for Trinidad and the other for Tobago. But workers are concerned about the prospect of unemployment when that happens, while some of the 130 workers at the TDC have been promised re-employment. They have been given no written agreement. The employees began their protest yesterday outside the TDC's main office. CNC3 Cindy Raghubar Singh Tika Singh reports.
TDC workers are angry over the government's decision to dissolve the company, a place where many of them have been with from day one. Today, a group of employees joined by their union representatives of the Communication Workers Union came in protest against the announcement.
He must understand that in the presence of a recognized majority union, there's an obligation by law to meet and treat in good faith. And we will hate to believe that the Prime Minister and his cabinet, using the economic downturn, is going to break the law with impunity. That to us is a dangerous trend, and as such we are demanding that this thing be immediately rescinded.
The workers have not been promised any separation packages, and workers have been largely left in the dark.
We keep hearing that they have had consultation with staff, they had consultation with the union. We don't know which union, which staff, because it wasn't us.
Phillips says they were all told to put things in place within 3 months' time. And during a staff meeting last Friday, she says it was promised that some staff members could be reabsorbed by one ministry.
The staff was told that consultation was done with the Ministry of Rural Development and the regional corporations, that they will absorb the site coordinators and the staff at the sites.
As for the majority, they will be made to reapply.
But Labour Minister Jennifer Batiste Primus, who told the Senate that the TDC has had challenges meeting its mandate, is seeking to assure that workers won't be left out in the cold.
Sometimes hard decisions have to be taken, but we want to give the assurance that the workers of TDC will be treated fairly, and they will also have the opportunity to apply for the new jobs that will emerge from the new structure, the new organization.
And there is a warning of mass demonstrations in St. Lucia. The main opposition St. Lucia Labour Party has embarked on a series of public and town hall meetings to galvanize support for its planned protests against the multi-billion-dollar Pearl of the Caribbean project in the southern town of Vieux Fort. The SLP insists that if allowed to proceed, the project will bring untold hardships on the people of the South in particular, as well as the island's fragile ecosystem. The $2.6 billion project will occupy a 700-acre site and will include a marina, a racecourse, a resort and shopping complex, casino, free trade zone, extensive entertainment and leisure leisure facilities, as well as villas and apartments. But the opposition has chastised government for leasing prime lands at a mere $1 EC per acre and destroying the ecosystem in the impacted area. The SLP said that even while Prime Minister Alan Chastanet was assuring St. Lucians that only a framework agreement existed and that negotiations were ongoing, the developer was already clearing lands, and that's even though no approval had been given and no environmental impact assessment undertaken. And the opposition says it will not stand idly by while the government literally gives away the country's land. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
We begin our midweek sport with TNT's preparations for the World Cup qualifier against Panama, and that will kick off in 2 weeks' time in Port of Spain. It's not the first time the Soca Warriors will face the Central American side in a crucial World Cup qualifier. TNT was faced with a similar situation back in 2005 with the same team when they needed points to stay alive in the Hex. 12 years later now, they are back in the same position. But Captain Carlos Edwards thinks his men have what it takes to get past the Panamanians.
I think it's something that obviously we need to take and obviously take the bull by the horn. As players, we need to take responsibility. We know what is at hand. We know what it takes to obviously to try and win a game. And all I can say is obviously the guys, and they know, and they're going to go out there with put the best foot forward when they cross that white line. And just going to give it all. But saying that, obviously, you said before, obviously the experience that I have and playing in the past and coming through it the hard way, I think as Trinidadians, I think we like to do it the hard way. But I don't see it's an impossible task. It's going to be a tough one. When the guys in there are obviously taking in the right direction, I think we could get a result and a positive result.
Still in football now, Wes Morgan became the first ever Jamaican to score in a Champions League game as reigning English champions Leicester City dramatically overturned a first-leg deficit to beat Sevilla 2-0 and storm into the last 8 of Europe's most celebrated competition yesterday. Morgan snatched his first piece of history in the 27th minute to put Leicester ahead when he arrived at the far post to somehow bundle in Riyad Mahrez's free kick. Now the strike coupled with their away goal put Leicester ahead and Sevilla immediately went in search of the win. Leicester's lead held at half-time and they doubled their advantage 9 minutes into the second half when defender Adil Rami knocked down Mahrez's free kick into the path of Albrighton, who produced a clinical finish. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.